American Red Cross youth are making a difference every day in America and beyond our own borders. We are active in every line of service and strengthen and expand the services provided by our chapters, AAFE stations, and blood regions. There are so many youth creating innovative projects to serve the public and fulfill the Red Cross mission. I would like to show you a number of the youth groups who encapsulate the power of youth volunteerism. Natural disasters can come at any time and at any day. American Red Cross at Vanderbilt strongly advocates Vanderbilt students to be active citizens by being prepared to help with any disaster relief. They recognize that providing disaster trainings on campus is important and crucial because it provides the basic knowledge to work in the shelters. To carry out this mission, this year, the American Red Cross at Vanderbilt has already offered 2 orientation and mass care trainings to students and staff on how to effectively use the resources and passions for emergency care assistance. They serve as an incredible model for other college campuses around the country. Last winter, the Boston Latin School Red Cross Club launched a school-wide campaign to raise money for the Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. The club initiated a contest in which the homeroom with the greatest contribution would win a spirit bag filled with candy, pom-poms, and party beads. They began the contest in early November and ended right before Thanksgiving vacation. The initial goal was to reach $1,000. Student volunteers went from homeroom to homeroom every morning to collect money and raised well over $1,000 within the student body. When combined with contributions from their teachers and the rest of the Latin school staff, their grand total amounted to $2,293.01. This total won the National Youth Council's Disaster Relief Challenge, and they were awarded 2 free registrations to the 2009 National Youth Institute. Kate Miller from the Willamette chapter has taken her leadership role to the next level by serving as a board member. Youth Council presidents like Kate offer unique and refreshing insight to their unit's leadership. Youth are using their incredible skills to push the envelope on the types of projects that they can do. The Mass Bay chapter chose to use their web design skills to build their own website, which asked young people from around the country to submit their own random acts of kindness to promote 100 days of humanitarianism. The Red Cross is constantly charged with providing compassion for people who would ordinarily not get the attention they deserve. Chapters like Central Florida, Greater Toledo, and the Venturing Crew 800 from Louisiana have reached out to serve their communities with events that connect them with these underserved populations. The Prince William Chapter youth make sure their community knows that they are present by participating in numerous parades and activities throughout the year. December is an especially busy time as they participated in 5 different parades and wrote holiday cards for troops overseas. In November, the Puerto Rico chapter received a grant to help members of our armed forces. They chose to expand the Get to Know Us Before You Need Us program to military families of the National Guard, reserves, retirees, and veterans. The goal is to reach 5,000 military families nationwide. The purpose is to have readily available resources to help families cope with the stress of military life in their home community and duty stations prior to, during, and post-deployment. Youth members will be part of the delivery of the comfort kits to soldiers ready to deploy. On the blood services side, colleges like Johns Hopkins University, Penn State and Michigan State, and UCLA and USC are taking leading roles in fighting sickle cell anemia and gathering much-needed pints for the all-too-common shortages in our nation's blood supply. The youth from the Central Kentucky chapter focus on building leadership skills through community service. The club engages in a specific community service project each month in addition to providing other services when situations arise. Recently, they had a disastrous ice storm where people were without electricity for over 16 days. The youth members were some of the first volunteers on the scene to help provide services within the shelter sites. Additionally, last November, the youth acted as waiters and waitresses at an event to honor veterans on Veterans Day. Recently, the Westmoreland County Chapter youth got dirty by participating in the Toxic Tower disaster exercise. These youth were in charge of running a shelter for senior citizens who were forced to evacuate their high-rise building. These youth learned that the American Red Cross needs to be ready for literally any circumstance. While most kids enjoyed a lazy day off from school on MLK Day, 8 youth volunteers with the American Red Cross of Central Oklahoma spent their day teaching safety. The interactive day camp included visits with Scrubby Bear, who taught younger children what germs are and how to get rid of them with good hand washing, and Bat Boy, who spoke all about fire and water safety and what to do in emergency situations. The project's goal was to provide young people with meaningful opportunities for education, training, and community involvement so that they may remain active philanthropists throughout their lives. On January 20th, 2009, the entire nation watched their TVs as President Barack Obama was sworn into office. A week before that, students from Parkview High School's National Honor Society and the Extra Mile Club were learning how the Red Cross prepares for disasters and receiving training for their duties at the inauguration. 12 students participated in basic disaster action team training, including fulfilling our mission and mass care overview, and 9 students ultimately served within the logistics and materials support services function for DR 961-09, also known as the presidential inauguration of 2009. The Sunday before the inauguration, students worked out of the Montgomery County office for the National Capital Region, assisting with inventory, purchasing office supplies, and arranging for meals for the disaster's staff at that site. The youth of the American Red Cross are a passionate and inspired group of volunteers who use their time and talent to impact their communities. It is them who we thank for their past, present, and future service to our incredible organization.